Sir, we're on final approach. Heavy rain and crosswinds, but the landing zone is clear. We'll be on the pad in less than 2. Hold tight.
When you live in a world that never stops moving, you start looking for a place that demands absolute stillness. But getting to that stillness shouldn't be easy. It shouldn't be a simple drive up a paved road. It needs to be an intentional act. The journey here sets the tone for everything. You drop in through the canopy. You cut through the mist and the heavy rain in the EC145. We went with the Mercedes-Benz Style Edition for a very specific reason. It's not just transport. It's the first transition space. You are sitting in this incredibly refined, leather-stitched, meticulously engineered cabin, completely insulated from the outside, while cutting through some of the most chaotic, untamed airspace in the gorge. That contrast between high-end precision engineering and the violent weather of the jungle prepares your mind for the house itself. You fly in. The rotors wind down on the wet concrete, and the ambient roar of the gorge immediately takes over. I didn't want a traditional retreat. I wanted an anchor, a place where the elements don't just surround you, they dictate the rhythm of your entire day. People always ask about the material. They ask why we chose concrete. Why build such a heavy, brutalist structure in the middle of a vibrant, living forest? But that's exactly the point. The jungle breathes, it shifts, it grows, it consumes. If you try to build something delicate, the forest simply swallows it up. The house needed to be a monolith. I wanted it to feel like a massive stone dropped into the wilderness, unapologetic, but deeply respectful of its surroundings. Over time, the moisture, the moss, and the heavy rain will stain the exterior. The concrete will age. It won't fight the cliffside. It will become part of it. We pushed the engineering to the absolute limit. The main living space doesn't just rest on the edge of the gorge. It steps off it. We cantilevered the structure entirely out into the open air. When you're standing at the edge of that floor-to-ceiling glass, with nothing but fog and water rushing hundreds of feet below you, the boundary between inside and outside completely dissolves. You aren't just watching the storm roll in. You're suspended inside it. You are hovering in the weather. But the real magic of this place isn't the engineering. It's what happens to you mentally when you finally stop moving. Once those heavy glass doors seal shut behind you, this massive, imposing fortress suddenly becomes the most intimate sanctuary. There is a profound physical sense of decompression. You are perched on the edge of a violent drop, surrounded by wild jungle and unpredictable weather. Yet inside, it is perfectly serene. The contrast is what makes it so deeply relaxing. It's the feeling of absolute security in the middle of total wilderness. And then there's the water. The waterfall isn't just a view out the window. It's the pulse of the entire property. We anchored the deepest foundations directly into the raw rock face, right over the falls. Before you even hear the water, you feel it. You feel the low-frequency vibration of it in the concrete beneath your feet. It's a constant, grounding hum. The glass we used is incredibly thick, so the roar of the falls is reduced to this heavy, comforting white noise. When you lie down at night, that deep, rushing sound and the rain lashing against the glass acts like a natural weight. It pulls the tension right out of your muscles. It forces you to exhale. Inside, the design had to step back to let that experience breathe. There's no room for clutter here. The architecture is sharp, heavily textured, and stripped of everything unnecessary. The muted tones, the dark shadows, the raw finishes. It's all designed to act as a quiet frame for the chaotic beauty outside. When you sit in the living room, maybe with a coffee early in the morning as the fog lifts off the gorge, your eye is immediately drawn out past the terrace. You don't feel the need to look at a screen. You don't feel the urge to be anywhere else. It's an isolating place, but it's a deeply comforting isolation. You are entirely cut off from the grid, from the noise, and from the expectations of everywhere else.
This house wasn't built to conquer the landscape. It was built to provide a quiet, solid place to sit and just watch the earth do what it does.